your clients comes to you and they say, okay, we have this, we want to get our ads on these different mediums, and we want it to go this way. And I'm sure there are times when you're like, no, that's not really the way it works. This is the way it works. Can you kind of like pull that up back and tell us, what does an advertiser, a client of yours, what do they really want to be able to do in this day and age? If they could have their way, if they could say, hey, Tulsa World, hey, Channel 8, hey, Channel 2, this is what we want it right now. Can you kind of say what they would want to spend their dollars in those places?
So, great question. It reminds me of a thought I had a few minutes ago. I was waiting to find our time, and I think this is it. A lot of our clients show up and they have no idea how to do it. They just know that they want to make the cash register ring. And so, or they, to your point, they're like, I've got this whole thing mapped out in my mind, and here's how it's going to work, and we're like, that's a total waste of your money, and let me slowly pick that apart and hope that I don't get kicked out of the room and fired from this business. But so we work through that. I would say what they're looking for is people to show up and do something. Either swipe their card and buy tickets to Oktoberfest next week, Wednesdays or Sunday, no, or go to the polls and vote for the vision renewal or whatever it is. And so I would say an interesting experiment for the news media to think about is when you turn your tools in the right direction, you can cause crowds of people to show up and do something, or lots of fingers to click and comment on whatever. And so a lot of times there's the and when you try to influence that behavior, it works. But so much of on the advertising side, it's we've got our web banners, we've got our display ads, we've got our classified, we've got whatever else that you're doing, and it's kind of the old model of place the message there and wait and see if the flies find the honey, and I would say think differently about being intentional about, I'd love to see every news organization in Tulsa go, okay, in the next 18 months, we're going to pick 3 times a year where we're just going to figure out how, whether there's a customer, an advertiser of yours involved or not, we're going to figure out how to make a whole bunch of people do something. And then we're going to make a case study or success story about that and mix it up. Maybe it's feet on the street, maybe it's people who sign a petition for something, whatever it is. I mean, you've seen the comments on your stories and the social media. I mean, when you're doing something and it triggers a nerve with people. So think about that differently and go, how can we do that? I'm thinking of Ashley at a music festival that we worked together on a few years ago, and it was like one of the first, or maybe the first time, like marketing, sales, and news all worked together and said, what are we going to do? And the results were phenomenal and they're awesome. And I've always thought of that experience, and so I know that that's possible, but I don't know, and I could be wrong. I don't know that news organizations think that way all the time, if that makes sense. I could get into it, but it was just a really great cross of traditional ads, and then it was, hey, because you're a big advertiser and we're on board and we're doing this, we might just look at the news coverage differently, not slanting it, not influencing it, not getting articles, not paying for articles, but just, just caring about it a different way, putting a little bit more passion into it. And there was this great backyard concert series of the local artists who were playing at Center of the Universe, and it was like Sunday paper plus online, numbers were awesome, and it was so exciting for me because I hadn't experienced that level of collaboration before as a advertiser, I guess I'd say, as a partner, as a whatever. So there's a lot of that I think that can be done.
I'll add to that real quick. Like my shop, I don't do a lot of paid because we do our own show now. So we pulled pretty much all of our paid advertising as far as our image campaign goes. But we did do something recently with a TV station here, and we got a grant. And I don't remember if they approached us or if we approached them. I just had to get involved at the end and move stuff along because it was going too slow. But we are trying to get a lot of Cherokee. We've identified in our health system, 5,000 to 6,000 Cherokee youth that are uninsured. And of course, everybody can use our health services for free, but we do want them to have insurance so that we can bill back to the system and help, spread the money around all the resources. So we worked with a TV station, and they dropped a geofence around Cherokee National Holiday. So we know that we need, 3,000 out of those 5,000 or 6,000 to sign up, and we got this grant to do it. And so when everybody came to the parade, we dropped it over the parade route, we dropped it over the Heritage Center, there's just a geofence. And so it invaded your phone, like nobody likes for stuff to be invaded. And so when they would all leave and they would go back to Jay or to Salisaw or to Muskogee, our ads would follow them, this CherokeeCare.com ad. And so it would push people, and it would say, and it was, you know, do you have a Native youth in your home? Did you know you can sign up for, it's basically sooner care. You can sign up for little or no, you know, whatever. And, you know, there's an added benefit, like sometimes there are, you know, services we don't do here in the Cherokee Nation, or if you're traveling outside the Cherokee Nation, you have insurance if you can't come to one of our health centers. So, you know, we just got on everybody's phone, so now, depending on what story they look at, they could be looking at a CNN story or just a random website, and those ads are so targeted that they're coming to their phone. That was a partnership between us and the TV station. And so I haven't witnessed the results back on that. I don't think the project's actually done yet. But I mean, to me, as somebody who had some money to spend, I thought that was really worth it. To me, it was because it got Cherokees who were at Cherokee National Holiday, and then it followed them home, and now it's going to keep popping up on their phone. So if